Record numbers of mums having babies later in life, and that's putting a lot more pressure on NHS midwives, who are already short on numbers. According to the Royal College of Midwives, last year more than 29,000 women gave birth when they were aged over 40. That is 5 times higher than it was in 1977, when the figure was just under 6,000. And according to the Royal College, an extra 2,500 or 2,600 staff are needed to cope with the increase. Joining me now to talk about this is Claire Byam-Cook, a retired midwife. And Claire, having children older has all sorts of ramifications, not just for NHS midwives who are hard-pressed to do anything about it.
It does, and I think what this report identifies is 2 problems. One is the NHS doesn't like it because it places more pressure on midwives, but for the mothers themselves, they are more likely to suffer health problems, problems in labour, their babies possibly might have more problems. So ideally, if it was a choice, we would say to all mothers, have your babies well before you're 40.
If it was a choice, but of course it doesn't work out like that.
The reality is most women will say, we didn't decide to have a baby after the age of 40. It's the way things happened. So yes, they are placing more pressure on midwives, but we need to recognise that this is not going to stop. So we need to train more midwives.
Because we have an ageing population, obviously people doing all sorts of things later in life, not just having babies.
And actually it's a bit tough to blame the older mothers for placing all the pressure on midwives, because we've got an increased population, increased birth and so on. So the reality is we need more midwives. We should train more midwives regardless of why there's pressure on them.
Why aren't there more coming through? Because I know you say there's no shortage of people wanting to be midwives.
Well, if you look on the Royal College of Midwives website, it appears to be the case that hundreds, thousands of people want to train to become midwives. So it says that for every 30 places, they get up to 1,000 applications. But the problem is that the NHS has to reserve the number of training places at the universities, and they base those training places on how they foresee the need for midwives will be. And to date, they haven't been booking enough training places.
And also, would they need to do any more preparation, any extra training to perhaps look after the older mums who are coming through? Are there any additional complications specific to that group?
Well, there are specific. Well, no, it's just the complications other mothers have, like high blood pressure and things, they're more likely to have. So I don't think you need any additional training. You just need more midwives. Okay. And, you know, it's crazy that we're not training more, because it takes about 3 years to train a midwife. So it's no good suddenly going, oh dear, we don't have enough, we'd better train a few more, next year we'll be fine. We won't.
Claire, good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.